the offense going and create some explosive plays. And then obviously special teams did a good job of field position. Obviously some things that we got to get cleaned up there. But overall, a lot to build on, a lot to learn from, some great tape. We'll deal with this until period 4 on Sunday, then we'll transition to our next opponent, trying to do 1-0 again. So appreciate you guys coming out and covering us. But obviously pay a ton of respect to the University of Wisconsin, their football program. I've never been here before. It's a beautiful place. It's a tough place, so we're fortunate to get out of here with a win. A ton of respect for those guys. Yeah, I thought both Brisker and Teague were fantastic today. A bunch of playmaking and production out of our safeties, which we haven't had in a long time. So that was great. In terms of turnovers is what I'm talking about. In the run game, they were great. The pass game had some things to use. We actually had a few more interceptions than I think we could have got. But I thought they were a huge difference in today's game. I thought PJ Mustard were up front had a heck of a game too.
How did you want to to be a first player?
Yeah, we knew we were going to play him at the end. We knew we were going to play him at linebacker. But obviously, when you lose a player like Ellis Brooks, who I thought was playing really well, I don't necessarily. It's a tough call. The way I understand the rules, you can't necessarily get called for targeting on the ball carrier unless you use the crown of your helmet. But I get it. We're going to do everything we can to protect the student athlete, so I get it. It's a tough call for Ellis, but I thought he played very well. But having an experienced guy like Jesse, be able to get him in there and you don't miss a beat. So first half of the game next year, first half of the game next week, obviously you're going to see a bunch of Jesse at middle linebacker, and then hopefully we get Ellis back in the transition back to the end.
Hey, James, you guys might have undersold something.
Couple things. Hey, this is a really good defense. Coach Leonard does a great job. They've been top 5 in defense the last couple of years. Their linebackers were super aggressive and downhill, which made it hard to stay on double teams to get movement, and then we didn't get off on the downhill linebackers a couple times as well. So once we made that adjustment, we knew we had to get the ball in the perimeter, whether that's from outside zone, or whether that's even with the bubbles on the perimeter, which essentially are our game. So that helped us get going, because it's hard to live in third and long all day long. They were third and short all day long, we were third and long all day long. The explosive plays, getting the ball down the field to Hahn, that was big. We probably could have hit a few more. We're getting that cleaned up. We got to get some touches earlier in the game because we see what type of player he can be. It was great to see DeAndre step up his role for us and make some plays. So great team win. I'm super proud. Faced a lot of adversity. Coming here to get this win, but we're very proud.
James, we've heard a lot about Arnold Ebiketie. Did you expect this performance from him?
Yes. Yeah, we've known. Been a buzz about AK since he showed up on campus. He's an explosive guy, he's a productive guy. I think he'll only get better from this. And again, going against this offensive line, one of the better offensive lines in college football, so to come here and that be his first taste of Big Ten football is interesting.
You were able to pick up the running game a little bit.
You look very nice, by the way.
What does it mean to guys pick up the running game better in the second half?
Yeah, it's just like I said earlier. It's just you don't want to be completely reliant on the pass game. Being able to be more balanced, that's what they were able to do. They were able to stay on schedule, and the entire first half we were off schedule, third and long way too much. So there's some things I think we can clean up. There's no doubt about it. But again, the adjustments we made with going with some of the outside zone stuff, I think helped us. And then we did some of the zone read stuff with the quarterback, which gave us some positive plays as well. So we got to build on. I think the screen game's another area that can help us.
James, the performance helped the offense. How much did the defense's performance as far as the offense? All the wasted opportunities.
Yeah, I think, again, I thought our defense played extremely well, played gutsy. Really, our defense did to them what their defense did to us a few times. We missed a chip shot field goal, that we blocked a field goal. So very similar. That was pretty much a wash. From that standpoint, the extra point probably gave me as much, what is it, agita? Is that the expression? Anxiety, agita, as anything. I think we kicked the laces there, but we still should be able to make an extra point. So we'll get that cleaned up.
James, that was Noah Payne's first touchdown since the Cotton Bowl. After last year we had the injury, it was like watching him get in and play some football and sport.
I think you guys know at the end of Noah's freshman year, he may have been the most efficient running back in the country. He just has a way to slip arm tackles, to get positive yards. Some of those plays late in the game on the sideline, in the passing game and in the running game, where he broke a tackle and got extra yards, were huge for us. So that'll be something to build on. Some of the other backs, they got to understand this ain't a bounce game. You got to get north-south and stay on schedule. We can't afford to lose yards, but we'll get those things cleaned up.
James, how important is winning the turnover battle? They won 3-0 today. They went inside ball protection. How was Sean able to do that so effectively?
Yeah, I think, and again, I don't have all the stats, but I think we won the turnover battle, and I think we won the explosive play battle. And I think, if I'm correct here, I think at Penn State we're like 97% win when you win those two stats. We talk about them all the time. I think we could have had a few more turnovers. We had a couple dropped interceptions. And then I think we could have had some more explosive plays as well. So I think we won those two battles. They're always significant. They're the two most important stats in football. No, he was
Coach, you had many, I think, red zone stops today that you did all of last season. This was kind of a classic Penn State defense. Does that feel like you expect to see such defense that was more stout than last year?
Yeah, again, I think it's going to be hard for us all to make comparisons. We completely owned last year, don't get me wrong, but it's hard to make comparisons with the shortened season and everything else going on. We learned from last year. We're going to get better from today and go from there, but our defense plays really well, played gutsy, played hard, made big plays when they needed to. Again, against a really challenging Wisconsin offense. Sorry. Yeah, I thought obviously the second half we made a bunch of plays early on. When you're not running the ball and it's 3rd and long, it makes for a tough situation for any quarterback. He got hit too many times. So there's some things that we can get cleaned up. Most importantly, he was gutsy and kept battling and made plays in the second half to get it in. So I'm pleased with him. There's going to be a lot of things obviously we want to play.
You rejected a late one, which has been a problem. This is a psychological loss with the team over the course of the season or every game.
No, I don't know if I would necessarily agree with you. We've won a bunch of games late. Been to 3 New Year's 6 bowl games in 4 years. But we have.
I mean, the defense protecting us.
Yeah, I get it, but you can also say the offense, right? We should have put the defense back out there. So you can look at it from both sides. Offensively, we got to be better at forming offense. We got to be able to finish games on our terms. And then obviously, if we don't, the defense has got to go out and do it. And that was huge, especially after the hands to the face, personal foul penalty, 15 yards. That was a huge play in the game. So for them to make those plays late was big.
My question is this carry over in a psychological way? We've been here before. We'll protect us.
Yes, with my psychology degree from East Stroudsburg State, this will be a huge psychological advantage. I think obviously when you can go on the road and find a way to protect the lead against that type of team and that type of offense and the crowd and everything else, there's tremendous confidence that can come from this. We see it across the board in college football. An early season big win, it can do a lot of good. But all that matters is we learn from it, we correct the film, and then we got to find a way to do it next week, or the questions won't be as nice. Yeah, I think that's always the hard part, right? If you throw the ball there and you pick up the first down, then you guys are all saying, genius call, great call. If you don't and you stop the clock and don't force them to burn a timeout, that ain't good either. So it's all about how it plays out. We got to find a way to end games on our terms. You prefer to do that through the running game, but you're going to have to be willing to throw the ball. For us right there, I said run it because I wanted them to burn their last timeout. The next thing we have to do, if they have no timeouts, we got to make sure we're defending the sideline to make sure if they do complete the ball, we're tackling them in bounds and the clock goes as well. That's an area that we can get better. We'll discuss it quickly.
Last one.
I'm sorry.
The offensive line, you mentioned some struggles early, pushing got there too much, but better performance in the second half. Where were the adjustments?
Yeah, it's what I keep saying is when you're able to establish a little bit more of a running game in the second half and stay out of really long third down situations, that's going to help the offensive line. That was the biggest change. We were able to run the ball. We were able to be a little bit more efficient on first and second down to help our offensive line.
Thank you, Coach.
Being a tough place.
That was it. Sorry.